Welcome. I'm glad you're joining me today. This is Kelly AG doing a Facebook Live, and I share this to my my YouTube video as well. So I'm just going to share it to my group here, if I can get this going, and then we'll get started. As you can see, I kind of got my little flannel shirt on. It's kind of cold here today. Let's see. Share it to my group. My group is Stamping with Kelly. So, and it's pretty much I share the same thing on Kelly Stamps and Stamping with Kelly, but you can share also on the group page. Hi, Carol. Okay, I think we are good to go, so I'm going to get started here. Let me just turn this off. Hopefully I can see comments today. You know what? I forgot to draw for this, so when I'm done or later today, I'll draw for whoever shared, and I'll post it, okay? I forgot to do that. What we're working with today is the Kindest Gnomes. I just really like this set, and it's so cute with the die cuts. Now this is in the new the mini catalog, which is July through December, and I believe we can order July 1st, and it goes till January 4th, and then celebration is July 1st through August 31st. So what I'm using, I can't open this and show you yet, but I'm using it from here, and so I mailed them out. Everybody should have got theirs already. So I'm using the stamp set and the dies from there. I believe these are the red and green adhesive back pearls, which I don't know why they called it that. They got gold and silver, and it's a lighter green, and then the red. So I'm using them. And then the designer paper, the Storybook Gnomes designer paper, which is really cool because, I don't know, I got this in the plastic still. Hang on. I've cut a couple of these out for the second card. But you got dies to cut these out, which is, I think, pretty cool. So you can use them for that. I think they're pretty much the same dies. So, but, okay. And there's lots of cool pattern paper on the back. I'm sure I will be making more stuff with this. I may even do my first Christmas class in July with this set because I really like it. It's fun. So, okay. All right, so let's get started. I only got 2 cards today, and they're pretty simple. So we're just going to go with it. And I was going to do a 3D project, and I kind of ran out of time and had the box part, but not the top. So it's like, all right, so our first card we're working with is Season's Greetings. And I use that. This is also a new stamp set from the new book, but it's the Brightest Glow. So I really like how this has all these sayings in it. I don't know. It's just a nice set to add to your collection if you're doing Christmas cards. So, okay. All right. So let's get this out of the way. All right, so I'm using Pacific Point, and this is your 5.5 by 8.5. So you just fold it in half, and then I have a piece of white that is 3 3/4 by 5, and then another piece of Pacific Point that is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And then I cut my designer paper. This is part of that pack. And this is cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and I will just tape them together and we'll put them on. I use a lot of the designer paper because it just makes card making so easy. At least I think it does. And I did a swap, so this is my swap card that I made. I really think if you got your catalog, the celebration stuff is really cute this year, this time, you know, because they had it in January and February, but sometimes I like the free stuff better than others, but I really like what they've had the last few times, so it's always nice to get free stuff. Okay. All right. And I always like to cut that a little bit shorter so you have a nice border of your card base. Okay, so what I did is, this is the deckled dies that I used. Let's see. I don't know if you have these yet, but you need them if you don't. I just love them. I use them all the time now. I've used them even in my last card class, but it cuts them, the rectangles, but it gives them kind of a fun edge. And I don't know, I just really like how they look. So it's the deckled rectangle dies. Okay, so that's what these are cut. I'll show you if you don't have them. You may want to think about getting them, but they layer nice and they just have a little different edge to them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and layer them. So I used white and balmy blue because I was trying to bring out a little bit of the blue along with the Pacific Point. See, this card is really easy to make. So we're just going to, I have it kind of, I should have moved it over a hair, but you know what, I'm going to leave it because I'm using tape and I don't want to take and tear it. Okay, so this is another piece of the designer paper. And what I did is, this is the hat. Okay, it's really nice. And this little piece is just to poke it out. So I used that for the hat. Let's see, this is for the bottom, the little legs or feet, whatever you want to call it. And then this is for the beard. Okay. Oh, and I had petal pink. I hope I got my nose. So this is for the nose, and it's I used it in petal pink. Okay. I guess I didn't have a sheet of that out. So, and then the rest is, there's grass, there's for the 2 different kinds of mushrooms. And this little piece, this little piece is kind of funny because it looks like it would cut out like this triangle thing, but it doesn't. It actually just cuts the little hole out. So you could use that for like the doorknob on the mushroom house, or a little wart on their nose if you wanted to. It's kind of funny. I actually called Stamping Up because I'm thinking, what is that for? And then I start looking in the catalog and everything and found it. So I used the little pants and the Pacific Point, or the feet, the hat on the designer paper, and the white for the beard. Okay, and I had already cut them out, so we didn't have to cut them out. I think pretty much everyone knows how to use the Big Shot, so I call it the Big Shot, the cut and emboss. Okay, so what I did here is I glued the feet down, and it kind of, it puts like a little X there, like on their socks or whatever. I call it sock, shoes, whatever. I went to a painting class with my daughter. I wasn't going to go, and we painted gnomes. And it's one of my favorite pictures. I keep it. So every winter, I actually kept it out all year this year. So But, okay, so here is the beard. Once I get my garden done, I'm going to get some gnomes in there too. Okay, so the beard, it actually kind of fits. I mean, you could put it however you want, but if you look, it actually fits kind of even with the pants. You just want to make sure that it's kind of straight, okay? And then I put the nose down, and you could actually pop up the hat if you wanted to, and I may do that on this one. I just glued it down, but I think I'm going to try popping it up. I don't know if you can see. I think it'd be kind of cute popped up, but yet they just got their hat over their eyes. We'll see. See how it works out. But there is a spot on here, and I don't know if you can see. Get my little pointer. But this is where the hat goes. It lines right up for you. There's actually little lines there. So it's pretty cool. So now I'm going to try to line this up right there. Oh, I think that's cute. Popped up. I think that'll be just fine. And then I did the Season's Greetings from the Brightest Glow. And I took and embossed that in white on the Pacific Point. And it just really pops. Okay. And I am going to pop that up. Let's see. I have to cut some of these on the side, be a little bit shorter. We have been so busy. I'm trying to like catch up on yard work, and we got our hot tub, which is really nice. I've always wanted one. So we got that all done. So I've been kind of, we've been in it every single day so far. So, okay. There's that. And then I use my, if I can find what I did with them. Oh, right here. The red and green adhesives. I kind of use the, they to me look like a blue. So you could use the blue and the silver if you want it. But I'm just going to do that. Use the blue on here. So cute. It's such an easy card. So, okay, on the inside, I got this little saying. And you could add a stripe, you know, like a little strip of the designer paper if you wanted to. But this says, hoping your Christmas shines bright with love of family and friends. I thought that was really nice. Okay, very good. And I'm using that in the Pacific Point. What I was getting at is with me working outside, my allergies have been really bad again. But, okay, we're just going to add that. We had that one, like sweet, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but it was with pinks and silvers and green, and I don't know, it was just so pretty for something other than the basic red and green for Christmas. So yeah, I definitely like the hat popped up better. Okay, so that's card number 1. Simple, very simple, just using the dies. So, and card number 2 is, my upline did a little card like this at our team meeting, so I'm kind of, hers was different than mine, but I'm using the same, like, the layout, I guess. Her layout wasn't for Christmas yet, so, okay. I should have a piece of the thick white Whisper White, but I don't have any left, so I'm just using the regular Whisper White. I don't know why that went like that, but okay, here we go. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, okay? And what I'm going to do is, because you see I got this little flip here where it's cut, so okay. So we got, I'm going to put this on here up on the inch on this side of the blade, okay? And I'm going to cut an inch off, so I will go only to 5 1/2, which you can see with your little blade, there's a mark there, and it'll show 5 1/2, so then you know you didn't go too far. Okay, so that's all we do with that. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and snip that off. You could do it on your trimmer, but I'm just going to snip it off. Okay, so you will have a piece like this. Okay, so before we get going with anything else, I'm just going to grab my scrap sheet of paper, and I'm going to work with just the front. So I have my balmy blue, and you can kind of see where this is going to be, so you don't have to do it, and you don't even really have to shade it, but I took and kind of shaded it a little bit. Sometimes the white looks so white that it's like almost a little too much. So I just shaded it up more on the top and the bottom and the edges a little bit, okay? And not too dark. So then with my mushroom, I used the Night of Navy. Now this designer paper comes in that pack too. This is really pretty. This could, I mean, you could make a really anything with it. It's really, really pretty. But okay, so I got this big mushroom, which I didn't even put the label on. But what I did is I stamped off once, and then I stamped on here, okay? I just wanted something to fill in the background a little bit too. I hope I didn't stamp off them, so they're a little bit darker, but not much. Get talking and forget what I'm doing, but I guess you don't really have to stamp off. It didn't make it that much lighter, so, but that should be good. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to bring out my little thing here. So what I have next, and we're going to put this here, but this is 1/2 inch by 5 1/2. I already got ink all over me, all over my card. So this is actually going to be tucked behind here, and you only want about 1/4 inch to show. So I'm going to use glue. Now, some people use tape, but I'm just going to do a real thin little line of glue. So if I want to move it over, or you can just trim it if you don't get it how you want it. So to me, I kind of had to lay it this way because I kept getting it over too far. Okay, and I got to get it down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think that should be. I hope I gotta get it even. I moved it, and this is why I use glue. Sometimes it might be easier just to lay it there and then, you know, have it where you can lay it down. I think I still need to come over a little. I don't know if I'll be able to. Probably not. So you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I almost want to take a little bit off there, but I think it's going to be fine. I'm just going to do that because I was kind of pulling on it. But I think that's what I would do that worked out the best. is just lay it down, and then you can lay it on it and kind of guide it. Okay, but I have a piece here that is 1 inch by 5.5, and that's going to go right there. See, this is the back side of that paper that I used for his hat. So you could cut this if you want it less on the front, depending on your card. Let's see, I want to get that down a little bit. I can cut it from the bottom if I need to. This is why I use glue, because I'm always getting this all messed up. So yep, I got to take off just a little bit from the bottom. You want it to be all the same length though. Okay, there. Now if I really wanted to, I could put that in my trimmer and slice it a hair, but I think it'll be fine. I think I'll probably slice it after. Okay, so what I have here is I did my the stylish shapes, I think it is. Yeah, stylish shape dies, and I did my 2 circles, okay? And then this little gnome I cut out of the designer paper, what I was showing you in the beginning. So let's do this. And I popped up the gnome, not the little circles. So we'll get some dimensionals here. So what I was saying is if you wanted to cut this 1.5 inches, you could, and kind of do the same thing. Just cut your designer paper a little bit wider as well. The possibilities are, you know, just endless, what you can do with everything. Okay, so I've got a piece of Night of Navy that is 1 inch by 4 inches, and I took and embossed the sentiment. Now this is from the Kindest Gnomes sentiment, the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I embossed that in white. And then I'm just going to flag this end, and I have a punch to do this. I just didn't drag it out. Would have been easier. Although this is pretty easy. So. Sometimes I don't like my little points quite so pointy, I guess. There, that's better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is kind of just glue this right here. And you could, just so it's kind of like centered, okay? And you got to be careful to only glue part of it, because you don't want to close it right up. And I'm probably going to add a little more glue just tucked under here. There we go. Okay, you just want to make sure there's no glue there. And then I just put this right there. So depending on how you want to do it, you could bring it down a little bit, but, and I'm just going to glue this on. Gosh, I had some stuff that had a little embellishment on, and it cost me, I don't know how much more. I think like 20 or 30 cents more just to mail it. And I thought, kind of crazy. Okay, so I didn't stamp anything in here, but let's go ahead and find something to stamp. How about if we do just warm wishes? You know me so well, which is cute. So, but I think we'll just do the warm wishes. I didn't even take that out yet. So let's see. And we'll finish the card up. And we'll do it in the Knight of Navy. Okay. And I've got to be careful because I got blue on me. Let me see how this stamps. Okay. And you know what? I'm just going to put it right here in the bottom. Warm wishes. I'm going to do this one too. There. Something a little different. Okay. Let's see. So, what do you think? It's a real simple card, something different. I like it because it does stand up. It'd be even better if I had my thick Whisper White, but I think I must have used that for something. I don't know. Oh, and I got to add my little embellishments here. Just kind of finishes the card off. Okay, there we go. Sorry I only got 2 cards for you today and not 3, but okay. So there you go. What do you guys think? Do you like them? Hopefully you do. This is absolutely my favorite. I just love the colors and everything. And then I was going to show you another swap that I made for the celebration. So I didn't do anything inside, but it's the hippo. It's so cute. It's one of my favorites too. So, but just to give you some ideas and everything, but let me know what you think if you like them. And then I'm going to do that drawing. So yes, it is a busy time of the year, very much so. But okay, thank you for joining me today. Just a short little video with a couple cards, but hopefully I'll see you back next Wednesday, if not Thursday for sure, okay? Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.